Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Norman Network. And today, we are going to be talking about another Gotham Season 5 episode. More specifically, Gotham Season 5 Episode 8, Nothing's Shocking. So, I'm going to check it off here with my trusty pen, and then we'll talk about it. So, Nothing's Shocking. Well, that's not a very accurate title because a lot of things were shocking in this episode. It was a very good episode. It didn't stand up to the last episode, which was downright one of my favorite Gotham episodes of all time. But it was still really good. So we'll start with the smallest little tidbit of story, which actually gave us Killer Croc. So that's fun. Bruce and Alfred, they were in the hospital, and this lady was telling them about some bad things happening in a sewer and a group home, and yada yada yada. So they go to the sewer to save this guy's life. And they end up fighting Killer Croc, and they save the guy's life. There's not much to the story other than the fact that we finally got Killer Croc in the show. Even if it was for like 5 minutes, it was still Killer Croc. So that's fun. Then the next story was actually with Penguin and Riddler and Mr. Penn once again. But Mr. Penn was not alone. He had his puppet, his dummy as he'd want you to say, Scarface. So if you don't know, Mr. Penn was obviously meant to be the character Puppet Master, and he finally has his puppet, Scarface. So he comes in, talks to Penguin, then Scarface comes out, and of course, Scarface is just a puppet, but Mr. Penn is schizophrenic, so he thinks the puppet is real and making him do things. So he's gonna shoot some people. He does shoot one person. It's not anybody important. They were just introduced in the episode. I'm pretty sure had 0 lines at all. And it was a very good scene. There was a lot of suspense in it. Penguin had another one of those heartfelt moment things. And then he jumps on Mr. Penn, and instead of shooting Mr. Penn, he shoots the puppet, freeing Mr. Penn, and then Ed shoots Mr. Penn in the back of the head, killing him. So that kind of just sums up the story, and it's nice, because then it just, once again, confirmed Ed and Oswald's friendship, which is my favorite part of the Gotham show. So, now on to the big story in this episode, which had to do a lot with Harvey. It's been a while since we got a dedicated Harvey episode, so it was nice. So this story jumps back into the time of Harvey when he was a rookie cop. So it starts off with his partner supposedly killing 2 people in the Sirens bar, which is not good. But the thing is, this guy, he'd never be able to walk because he's been paralyzed for 20 years. So they go to his house, they talk to him about some stuff. Harvey's being really suspicious because he's kind of knows what the deal is with this, but he's not telling Jim. And then this other guy that's this complete lookalike to Harvey's partner comes to the door, is going to shoot them, and Harvey accidentally pulls off the person's face, which you don't see, thankfully. But then they're really suspicious. So now they're going over to some places, and they go to this house of this woman in this case that that rookie cop Harvey and his partner and this other guy, those 2 guys were murdered, were involved in back in the day. And we find this creepy lady that can shapeshift due to the effects of Indian Hill, and her name is Jane Doe, and it has some strange connection to the story. It's not the best story, but it's still very, very good. So she's got this weird face thing going on. They arrest her, take her back to GCPD. Jim finds out things about her, finds out that Harvey's not as good as he seems. Everybody suspected that. And then she breaks out, transforms into Harvey, kills Harvey's old partner, and then they lock down the GCPD. There's this confrontation with two Barbaras. One's the fake person. Wasn't that long of a thing. Anyway, they chase her down, and in the end, it comes back to the home where Harvey has a heartfelt moment with Jane Doe, and it ends with Harvey shooting her. Because that's how all heartfelt moments end in Gotham. Somebody dies. And then at the end of the episode, Harvey explains what had happened to Jim, and they have another, it's not really another one of their silent arguments. They've had a lot of these over the years of Gotham, and it's just another one of them. It really is no different than the other times that Harvey did something bad and Jim didn't agree with it. But that's kind of how the episode ended. So, definitely not as good as the last episode, but still very, very entertaining. So on that note, I would like to thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!